All right, I'm back here doing the Pythagorean theorem. So if you are looking for more videos like this, please look at my YouTube, my Instagram, and my TikTok at YouWantAlgebra. You can find these in my playlist for Pythagorean theorem. So if we're taking a look at these, we do notice right away that we have the two pieces right here that form the right angle. So those are your legs, which means that the side opposite of the right, so you can see this is what's called your hypotenuse. This is your C, or your C squared. So when we use the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we have our a squared, we have our b squared that we can do, and we're just looking for our c squared. So I'm just going to show you kind of how it's broken down. So here is a write-up of how we do it. So we take the a, we replace the a with the shortest side, 2. So a squared plus our b squared, which is 6 squared, equals c squared. 2 times 2 is 4. 6 times 6 is 36, which is where we get these two numbers right here, and they're equal to c squared. We add them together, we get 40, and that is going to be equal to c squared. And in order to undo a square, we need to do what's called square rooting, and that's our opposite operation of a square. So we square root the 40, and if we're using a basic, just regular old calculator to do the square root of 40, we get an approximation of 6.3. Now there are no units on here, so that is all I would do. This is just asked to round us to the nearest tenth here. We're going to take a look at one more problem here. So if we're looking at these two, I'm just going to check that out. You can see here that I do have one side, which is 3.9, on the right angle here. Now the other side that we've got here, which forms a right angle, is missing. The side that we have opposite of it is there. So this opposite side is your c squared, or your c. You have what's either the a or the b. We're looking at this and visually we can say we think it's the a. We never assume anything in geometry, but I'm going to set this up this way. So as you can see, we start off with a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We're going to replace that a squared with 3.9. And we're going to replace the c squared with 11. So we take 3.9 times 3.9, we get 15.21. We're going to leave b squared alone for a minute. Square 11, 11 times 11 is 121. And in order for us to get the b by itself, we need to subtract on both sides that 15.21. And when we've subtracted on both sides, 121 minus 15.21 leaves us with this 105.79 number. We have to square root both sides in order to get that b to be by itself, because the opposite of squaring is square rooting. And when we square root this on the calculator, we get an approximation of 10.3. Now we don't have units on here, but it would be 10.3 units, and that would be what we have left. So again, real quick to remind you, when you have the two legs, you square the two numbers, you add them together, and then you square root your answer. When you're missing a leg and you have the hypotenuse, you square the numbers, you subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, and then you square root it. If you want more questions, like I said, find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at YouWantAlgebra. This playlist is the Pythagorean theorem.